Great. Well, hello, everybody. My name is Dillon Duchesne. I am typically in Chicago, but I'm actually in New York City this week. It's pouring rain here, and I'm in a hotel with a very interesting setup. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be interesting, and hopefully you guys can hear me okay. But I'm so happy to be here with y'all at this wonderful, wonderful event. So a little background on me. I am the Enterprise Technology Partnerships Manager at Gorgias. For those of y'all who are not familiar with what Gorgias is or what we do, we are the #1 customer support help desk for e-commerce D2C brands. So we basically help you deliver insanely fast and personalized customer conversations. We're working with 10,000 plus merchants now globally, like Steve Madden, NBC, Netflix, Princess Polly, and many, many more. So today I am really excited to talk to y'all about all things, exceptional customer support and how to deliver that excellent customer experience with throwing in some personalization and automation and really finding the balance between the two of them. So the 4 points that I'm going to be touching on today are consumers now treat social media like a customer support channel. We are going to talk about how to engage pre-sale with proactive chat campaigns to really boost your CVR. We're going to talk about giving power back to customers to get their own answers and to take their own actions, which is very important. And then my 4th point that I'm going to touch on is basically turning your support agents into sales reps, and touch on how some of our brands are doing that. So let's get started. Okay, to start us off, I wanted to show you some crazy stats. Okay, so it's more like apparent than ever that prioritizing your customer experience is super crucial. Okay, so 80% of shoppers are more likely to buy when given a personalized experience, and 90% of customers rate an immediate response as important or very important when they have a customer service question, and this really affects their whole buying mentality. So it's like you're looking at this and it's a little intimidating, all right? Like, dang, you want a lot from me, but actually it is a lot more achievable than you think. And a lot of our brands are already doing this at scale, which is very exciting. So for starters, I wanted to show you a few, examples of what you don't want to see, essentially. So I'm setting the stage here. It's that, 12 plus to 17 plus hour first contact time and resolution time, the lack of the personalization, and then leaving the customer feeling unheard and frustrated. So, to be completely honest, people are still not doing support that well. So when I look at this slide, all I see is opportunity. We can really only go up from here or down in this case, because that's what we're aiming for. We want to bring down those, first contact time or first resolution times. But when you do crack the code and start prioritizing your customer experience, it's really a great opportunity to stand out from the crowd. So with that being said, there's 3 points I wanted to touch on. So number 1, we live in this world of instant gratification. Okay, response times are way too long. We want what we want, and we want it right away. Number 2, buyers prefer to self-serve, but when the self-serve isn't suited to the question that they have, they really want to feel like they're being taken care of by someone who actually cares. So, a lot of the time that means having the opportunity to have a conversation with their brands and interact with an actual human, not a chatbot or an endless loop voice system. And my 3rd point, there has been a spread of channels over the last decade, right? It used to be just voice and email, but now there's SMS, there's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Buyers want to engage with brands in all of these channels, and they don't want to have to repeat themselves. If they start a conversation in one channel and then maybe they end it in a completely different channel, they want that same consistent experience. So it's a lot, right? It's no surprise that merchants are paying a huge price for this. Slow response times cost merchants a lot of money. They're losing potential sales opportunities, and they're really missing out on the opportunity to deliver that excellent customer experience, which is, like I touched on, definitely one of the main reasons why people come back to your brand again and again. So let's get into the nitty-gritty, right? So in terms of where we stand today on the gold standard chart for customer experience, say what you want to say about Amazon, but the support that they offer it's lightning fast and it is truly exceptional. So that's what I would say is, the 5 out of 5. That's the gold standard for sure. And that's why you're going to hear us say all the time that our goal is to make, exceptional support the new normal for all of our gorgeous brands, as well as any D2C Shopify brands in general. So I'm going to show you on my next couple of slides kind of how we come up with this formula. But if we take the support performance of all of the 10,000 plus brands that use Gorgias every single day, typically the average support performance is around a 2.6 out of 5, maybe even a little higher now. So if we compare that, to the Amazon gold standard, so to speak, of around 5, this tells us that we've got a little ways to go. And I know, this may not seem obvious, and I do not want to discourage anyone because this 2.6 number is actually something we're very proud of. When we started tracking this metric, it was at a 2.1 or even lower, and we've increased this in a very short time period. So there is nothing but more opportunity to keep this going, which is really exciting. So I'm talking a lot, what does exceptional CX look like? That's the $1 million question, okay? How do you deliver exceptional service that's fast, that's personalized, and absolutely seamless? So here at Gorgias, the key metrics that we look at when measuring a support performance are the first response time, the resolution time, and the satisfaction score, and also revenue from support. Okay, we then can measure the health of a customer support program from a level 1 to 5, which you can see on my beautiful little graph. So most brands, like I mentioned earlier, are typically on that level 1, which is the first response time of the 12 hours and the very limited revenue from support. Level 5 is what we're aiming for, and typically when you reach that level 5, that equals sub 10-minute response times, sub 1 hour resolution time, automating at least 20 to 30% of your support tickets, and having 8+ different channels for your customers to be able to find you, get in touch with you. It's really all about omni-channel presence nowadays, right? Be everywhere. So let's look at a few of the other ways that we can really take your CS team to that level 5 and deliver that excellent customer support. So hopping in right off the bat, consumers now treat social media like a CS channel. Y'all, social media is booming, and this will continue to keep growing. And this is a great channel to maximize profits and add in that next extra level of personalization. So I wanted to share some cool data with you. We've pulled this data within the last 3 months. So on the left, it's how do consumers actually interact with brands? Again, this is coming from our gorgeous customers that we pulled this data from. And then on the right, we have, what's the intent of those messages? And this is all based on our machine learning. This is what we're pulling from. So interestingly, enough on the interaction side of things, we can see that email still predominantly takes over, and we don't really expect that to change too much, Chat is growing at 10% currently. And although SMS and social are the lowest at the moment, it is the fastest growing category. And this is what we expect to change and grow considerably. So you really need to be set up to respond to SMS campaigns, as well as social media notifications, all of the above. So continuing on with this theme here of social media and pulling in all these different channels, you're going to want to have eyes on that. You're going to want to have a help desk that helps you have eyes on all that, right? So this is a view here of what Gorgias looks like in terms of the different ticket breakdowns. So you can you're actually able to see which channels all of these inquiries are coming from, which is critical. You need eyes on everything. And what I really love about this is how subtle it makes the different channels. So you can keep it organized. What it's showing you is different tickets, which are different support conversations based on different agents, but ultimately by channel. Okay. And look how many different channels that we have going. We've got the live chat, we've got the Twitter, the Instagram, the email. Like I said, it's becoming normal for customers to engage with at least 3 to 5 channels before even making a purchase, which means we need to be present on as many channels as possible. We have to respond quickly, and we really want to drive them back to your website. And I know it sounds a little scary, but Gorgias makes this easy. This is what we're all about. We have deep native integrations with all of these channels so you can feel confident adding more and more channels to your CS operation very seamlessly, all while having control over, the communication coming in, which is definitely key. Now, we're going to continue on with this theme of social media and what a huge channel it is these days for driving revenue. So you're going to want to prioritize comments and DMs, okay? And you're going to want to leverage machine learning and rules to help you organize them as either negative sentiment or positive sentiment. So rules just in general, I think, are a great way to manage and automate your support volume as a whole. So I have an example of a rule up above. Let's say, if the messaging channel is Instagram comments, or it could be Twitter comments or whatever it may be, and the sentiment of that message is positive, then tag it as a social lead opportunity for purchase, okay? You will gain a greater return on ad spend through the identification of warm leads when you focus on converting them to customers. This is also a really great opportunity to get your relevant offers out there, show your brand's personality, your style, like be super authentic. And then in return, like keep trying to drive those people back to your website. So, an example, let's say someone leaves a nice comment on your Instagram page. They're tagging their girlfriends. I know I do this all the time. And they're saying, oh, this is so cute. We really need this. This would look great on you. You're going to want to hop on that opportunity, right? From the brand side, you're going to want to respond back to them, make them feel special, give them a little discount, make them happy, make it personable, okay? And then in return, there is a really big opportunity by doing this. Like I said, when you make the customer feel special, it makes them more inclined to make that purchase. So that's what we're aiming for. This does work both ways, all right? So maybe you're also going to want to leverage automations to hide negative comments, or maybe you're going to want to hop on those negative comments right away. So you can do this directly from your help desk to maybe prevent a particularly vocal person from tarnishing your brand publicly, or at least flag those comments so you can respond and be super organic about your response. So whether it's positive or negative, I think it's really important to hop on those comments right away and use rules or automations to respond at scale. And this is just a little example of one of our gorgeous customers, Ilia Beauty. They're engaging with a customer on Instagram. Customer is asking, where the product is available. They're responding very quickly. They're letting them know it's available on their website. So this adds in that level of personalization. And like I said, drives that customer back to the website. You really do want to be engaged with potential customers and current customers, especially on social media. This really opens up a whole new world, and it allows you to create that friendship with your customers, which is what we're all about. We're in that best friend kind of customer support era right now. Oh, yes. Okay, great. Now, I wanted to hop into the SMS side of things, all right? It's really all about leveraging two-way SMS, baby. We have seen brands have a ton of success when fully leveraging SMS as a part of their support strategy. So one of our customer who is Olipop, they are one of the best in the games at SMS. They did a campaign, okay? They did a campaign where they got product feedback and they launched a new flavor based on that data with an early launch solely to their SMS list. So they sent around 10,000 messages and generated $64,000 in sales in the first 24 hours, which is insane. The caveat here: two-way communication, conversational commerce, you guys. This is key. Their CS team responds to every SMS response. They make it personalized. They automate some of the message where it makes sense. And then in return, it generates a lot of sales and creates this community almost around this, that they were a part of this new product launch. So by integrating your text message marketing platform with your help desk, you can automatically forward all text messages to your customer service team. And this is going to quickly enable your representatives to respond even faster via text. We have actually found that customers drive 31% more spend from shoppers who receive replies to their text messaging inquiries compared to those who do not. So that's a pretty big stat. And it's great because Olipop was actually able to decrease their response time by 88% and their resolution time by 91%, all by responding fast, leveraging the automation with the personalization, and of course, combining their help desk, which is Gorgias, with their two-way SMS platform, which is really exciting. Okay, moving on to my second point that I want to touch on, engaging pre-sale with proactive chat campaigns to really boost that CVR. This is a big one. So typically what we're seeing, the conversion rate for pre-sale chats or SMS that is replied to in less than 10 minutes, so less than 10 minutes, is 28%. Okay, that's insane. So that's like you can do wonders by just responding quickly to your customers. And to prove this is possible, I wanted to give you a little example. So here are some live chat stats from our customer BrewMate. Their first response time is less than a minute. Less than 1 minute, okay? And their total sales from support just between November and February is over $300,000. And this is with an increase, okay, across the board of messages received, tickets created, etc. So they're actually receiving more messages and they're still replying faster. And in return, they're increasing their revenue. That's fire. That is exactly what we're aiming for. And I'm taking you back. I want to take you back to my little lovely chart where we're going to now focus on the right side where it's the intents breakdown. Okay, so we see that 1/3 of the message is typically based around pre-sales. That's about 33%. And we can expect to keep seeing this grow, honestly. So it's no longer just post-purchase inquiries these days that brands need to be set up for. It's also pre-sales inquiries as well. And you're really going to want to start hopping on this. Great example here. So one of our Gorgias customers, OG Skincare, they do a fantastic job of leveraging chat for pre-purchase inquiries, almost like a chat with a beauty expert, which I think is very excellent. They have a huge product selection. Many people don't know what product works well on their skin, like what color is going to look good. Obviously, we can't try it on remotely. I wish we could. But having that proactive chat is really highly effective to help make decisions, essentially, and really have the customer ask questions, prompt that customer to ask questions, ask if you can help with anything, and really help them with their color selection. It makes it more personalized and it makes the customer feel confident and taken care of. And this is, you can actually see this in practice here on this slide. This is a real conversation from someone around Christmas. They're messaging in saying they're a senior, they're having some issues picking the right color, etc., whatever it may be. And then someone on the brand side, they hop in, they quickly respond, they suggest a specific product. And then 3 minutes later, the customer purchased over $200 worth of product. So it really, really works in your favor to hop in there and to prompt that customer to chat with you and to help them out. One more example of these live chat campaigns, because I just love them, and why not? BrewMate is so good at this. They constantly experiment with their new chat campaigns. And recently they're seeing an upwards of a 20% conversion rate and seeing just over, 60,000 in sales from chat campaigns alone. So 60K from chat campaigns alone, just in between November and February. So like I said before, and I'll probably say it a million times again, your CS center can be your next big profit center. That's the goal here. So chat campaigns are so easily customizable. You can launch one about a product or a promotion, a giveaway with purchase, etc. Whatever it may be, completely personal, you can personalize them. And then you just let the customer know right away, essentially. So put that sucker on each landing page and see what works for your brand. Okay, my third point that I wanted to touch on, really giving power to customers to get their own answers when it makes sense. And this is a big one. So I'm taking you back to my chart. We've already established that, yes, 1/3 of intents are pre-sales, but let's not forget about the rest of it, all revolving around the post-purchase inquiries, the shipping status, where's my order? That's not going to change, okay? They're going to want to know where the issues are, the refunds, all that good stuff. So, like I said, the one thing that is not going to change is people wanting to know where their order is, right? What will change is brands needing to be able to give power back to those customers. It is extremely exhausting and time consuming and costly from a retention and customer satisfaction standpoint for brands to handle that volume alone manually. So how do we mitigate, some of the support volume, like a where is my order? Get rid of it completely, y'all. That's what I'm saying, okay? So here at Gorgias, we are deflecting 30 to 40% of support volume with our own self-service widget chat, which you can see on the screen. So this lives typically on top of your website, and as a consumer, you can take any of the following actions. You can track the order, return the order, cancel the order, whatever it may be. All you have to do is enter your order number or your email, and you will get very granular information regarding the status of your order, which in return gets rid of any anxiety you may have. And if you're anything like me, I'm literally checking the order status of my package every 5 minutes. I want to know where that sucker is. I am super impatient. So this is great for that. And then we can also take it a step further. So let's say I have a question around, an FAQ. Say I want to better understand how to make a purchase for cosmetics, or maybe I want to know what's in your cosmetics or whatever it may be. Any help center that you have set up will also be linked to the self-serve as well. So you are really and truly removing any friction points and giving power back to the customer to go ahead and find all those answers right away whenever they need to on their own. And I just wanted to show you a little example from Decathlon on what it looks like. They're a Gorgias customer, and this is how it looks on their webpage. And again, you can put this on almost any landing page on your site. All right, and then this is I just wanted to show y'all what it looks like in action. This is our beautiful little self-serve widget chat. Like I said, enter your order number, track it, easy, convenient, beautiful, get it set up. Oh, okay, good. And I know I mentioned this a little earlier with the FAQ, but taking us back to BrewMate, another kind of cool take on self-serve from BrewMate and some of our other brands that we're seeing is, not only can you have the self-serve chat, like I mentioned, but like that help center that houses all your frequently asked questions in one place. And so what BrewMate is doing, they're being really innovative. They're actually putting a QR code on their packaging, and that actually invites customers to check out their Gorgias Help Center. So it's just, again, an immediate way to say, hey, check it out ahead of time, get the information you need. It's here for you. No worries. And I think that's a really, really cool idea using the QR code. And my last tip, you guys, CS agents have a big opportunity to upsell and cross-sell through the interactions that they're having with customers. So you're really going to want to turn support agents into sales reps, because why not? Because we can start doing that, which is exciting. So at Gorgias, we really love an excuse to make something better and faster. So that's where some of our macros come in. And macros are essentially, pre-canned responses that can be created in the back end of Gorgias. They're completely customizable, like I said, and these can be used by your CS agents to upsell customers. So an example, let's say you get a message from a customer that wants to exchange a moisturizer they bought, and they want a different lightweight moisturizer. So you can have a macro response ready to go that the agent can just click on, and this will automatically plug and play in the whole message for them, including the customer information, Shopify order data, and what about this? Potentially, you can include a line that says, hey, would you like to add on our best-selling face wash for 10% off? It pairs really well with this new lightweight moisturizer you're going to get. Boom. You just turned this interaction into a potential sales opportunity, and you really added some personalization and some flavor to it. So I think this is a really great way to set up your CS reps for success to bring in more revenue. In addition, to having macros to upsell quickly, you do want to maintain the healthy balance with the personalization as well. So this is a great example from Nordstrom. This is a text combo between a sales rep and a customer. The customer has an issue with the product. The sales rep says, no worries. They get back to them super fast. And then the customer went ahead and spent an additional $500, which is great to see. Improving agent productivity and CSAT, this is a big one. I briefly mentioned rules earlier, but the best way to turn your CS reps into support reps is making sure that they are happy, that they're productive, and that they have everything they need at their fingertips to be successful. And our rules library makes it super simple for your agents to become productive and efficient and move super fast. And this lives on the back end of Gorgias. They can go in, they can click on any of the ones that they want, help them set them up, and then you're ready to go, and you can keep a library of all these previous used rules essentially. And to finish this off here, this is Baksu, who's a lovely, gorgeous customer of ours. They are real life proof that it is completely possible to get your team to that level 5 of excellent customer support. So they actually were experiencing 10x growth over the last few years. And they were really having trouble keeping up. Obviously, that's a ton of influx. So when they switched to Gorgias, they were able to chop those response times in half, with a 50% first response time decrease and an 82% resolution time decrease. This is fantastic. This means, that their customers they're very happy now, and they're really getting that excellent customer experience. They're getting responded to quickly, they're leaving happy, and then they're coming back again. And Baksu is really turning their customers into loyal fans and repeat customers, which is what it's all about. And that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. I really hope this was insightful. If you want to contact me for 2 free months of Gorgias, that is a special offer and promotion that we are running specifically for this wonderful webinar. My email is dillon.duchesne@gorgias.com. I will go ahead and drop that in the chat as well. But that's it. And thank you so much for having me.